boys and girls. This is Kayla from KML Squared. I'm your meteorologist. Do you know what a meteorologist is? It's the person who studies meteorology. You can find these people giving the weather reports on your local news station. By the way, have y'all seen the weather today? Or is it climate? Weather, climate, whatever, it's the same.
Actually, Caleb, that's not entirely true. Hey guys, this is Lauren here with Extreme Weather, and the difference between weather and climate is a measure of time. Weather is what conditions of the atmosphere over a short period of time, and climate is how the atmosphere behaves over relatively long periods of time. Like when it's sunny outside, that's actually weather. We also have extreme weather over here. We have blizzards, dust storms, heat waves, hurricanes, tornadoes, and thunderstorms.
Okay, so now that we've talked about what weather is, let's talk about what climate is. So what is climate exactly? Climate is the weather conditions prevailing in an area in general or over a long period of time. As you can see here, we have the different climate zones of the continental United States. If you look down at the bottom in that green area, that's the humid subtropical climate. That's where we are in Tampa, Florida. And if you've lived here for any period of time or even visited, you know it rains a lot, which means we have a lot of growth down here. Trees, palm trees, grass. And then if you look over where it's yellow, that's the Mediterranean desert climate. Over there, hence the climate, desert. It's very dry. They don't get a lot of rain like we do. That's how over a long period of time it's so dry. But if you look at the very top, and that dark blue, that's a humid continental area, and that's where it gets really cold. And even in the summertime, it's really still pretty cold, not like down here where it gets into the high 90s. So now that we've learned a little more about climate of the United States and how weather works with climate, let's see if we can play a game. So this picture here is a picture from part of climate in the United States. Where do you think it is? I know that I see rocks, so it's really dry. It's a mid-latitude desert climate. That's right. Let's try another one. Well, let's see. I see lots of snow. It looks pretty cold. Not like any kind of weather we get here in Florida. I wonder what this is. It's the humid continental climate. That's where it gets cool in the summer too, not so warm like here in Florida. Good job. So now that you know, you're good to go.
Between weather and climate, let's talk about the forecast today. At 2 o'clock, there's an 80% chance that the clouds will be sweating.
Clouds will be sweating?
Okay, there's an 80% chance that the clouds get scrambled and they're melting.
No, try again.
Okay. There's an 80% chance that God will be crying.
Kayla, let me just do it for you.
Whoever's talking can just take it over then.
Hey guys, it's Lauren number 2. Rain actually comes from clouds in the sky. When water becomes warm enough, it evaporates as vapor into the air. When a mass of air quickly cools to its saturation point, the water vapor condenses into tiny clusters of water droplets and frozen water crystals. These clusters are the clouds. Over time, the droplets and crystals that make up a cloud can attract more water to themselves. When water droplets grow heavy enough, gravity pulls them down as raindrops. And guess what? If the air is cold enough, the ice crystals can remain frozen and grow large enough to fall as snow, sleet, freezing rain, or hail. So I think you're trying to say here is that there will be an 80% chance of water droplets falling from the clouds today. So go ahead and grab your umbrella.
Okay, so now I understand where rain comes from. But what about the clouds? You know, I know we talked about the clouds, but I thought they were cotton balls.
Hi, it's Manel for KML Squared. It's alright, Kayla. Lots of people think that clouds are filled by the sea or come from somewhere from above the sky. Some people even think that clouds are made out of cotton, wool, or smoke. Let me explain how clouds are really formed. All air contains water, but near the ground, it's usually in the form of invisible gas that we call water vapor. When warm air rises, it expands and cools. Cool air can't hold as much water vapor as warm air does, so it needs to do something. What it does is it condenses to tiny pieces of dust that are floating in the air, and then they form into tiny droplets all around each dust particle. When billions of these droplets come together, that's when you see a visible cloud. So next time you see all of that dust in the sunlight and all that invisible water vapor, that's when we actually have the ingredients to form a cloud. And you want to know something really cool? Did you know that some clouds can travel as much as 100 miles per hour? And during a thunderstorm, some clouds can travel as fast as 30 to 40 miles per hour. Next, we're actually going to do an experiment that shows how to make a cloud in a bottle. Stay tuned. Okay, today we have Ahmed helping us to demonstrate how to form a cloud in a bottle. So what we're going to do is we're going to use alcohol, which will represent our water molecules. And what we did is we secured the cap with drilling a hole and adding a bike valve to it so no other air comes out. So what we're trying to do is compress as much air as we can to the water vapor. Go ahead and switch the alcohol around. And then we're going to attach a little foot pump to it and add pressure. And hopefully we will see a cloud form. And the reason why we use alcohol is because it has a weaker bond than water, so we should be able to see a very visible cloud. Let's hope. And there's our cloud. Okay, go ahead and close it, and if you could pump more air in it.
Cap is all the way over there.
Go get the cap.
I love weather. I love clouds. I like to be out in the weather. And I also like to know a little bit about what I'm looking at. The hail's coming inside the car. It came in the window. Okay, we gotta move. Wall clouds for me. We're gonna get a tornado. So let's look at the three main cloud types and how they're used as kind of indicators for the weather. So we've got cumulus, stratus, and cirrus. Cumulus and stratus are low-level clouds that's below 6,500 feet. High-level clouds are above 20,000 feet. First, cumulus.
Cumulus.
When you're talking about cumulus clouds, these are the ones that you picture in your head as the white, fluffy little cloud that you'd be painting in your picture. If you see them and they're scattered, and they have the flat bottoms and they're fluffy white cotton tops like Simpson's clouds, those are called fair weather cumulus, and they indicate fair weather, what you would typically think of as like good picnic weather.
Yeah. Is there some cumulus up there?
Cumulus means heap, like a pile in Latin, and that's because it gets heaped up. It builds vertically. So when you get this big columning, billowing cloud, that's when things start to get exciting. So you're going to get your lightning and your thunder. It becomes a cumulonimbus cloud, indicating that there's going to be some precipitation. But as a weather lover, it's exciting to see these things form.
Oh man, that hail!
Next are stratus.
Stratus.
Stratus are another low-level cloud. Stratus means layer, like a big blanket across the sky. And this is what you think of when you look up and you see kind of a gray day where you just have this total cloud cover. Kind of dismal, want to curl up with a good book kind of cloud. It could bring a little precipitation, a little misting, or none at all. I don't mean to judge, but it is kind of a dismal cloud. Now let's take a look at cirrus clouds.
Cirrus clouds.
Cirrus clouds, they're just wispy and pretty. They're a high-level cloud, so they're above 20,000 feet. You know, cirrus means curl of the hair, that's why I'm touching my hair. It also means high, so these high, they're often described as wispy little clouds. On their own, by themselves, sort of random, don't really mean anything. In general, cirrus clouds are going to indicate a change in the weather is about to happen. So, you know, that's something. Clouds are really cool. So there are the basics.
Wow, Thank you everyone who helped me clear these misconceptions up. Tune in next time for KML Squared when we talk about gravity.